I'm back here on the field with one of the key players in this game, tight end Nick Weishar. So let's get right to it. Critical touchdown pass. Take me through the play.
Yes, that's just the play we had in our back pocket. Started last year, actually ran basically the same play at Wake Forest, and it's always open in practice, and it's been open in the games too. So it's been a great play for us, and Ian put it where I could get it, and it's just that easy.
You've come back for your 5th year, and I know Coach Kelly, I know he ribs you sometimes. You may not be the most impressive physical specimen, but he goes, boy, do you make the plays. You're solid in the run game, the block game, and you just catch the football when it's around you. How do you see your role?
I see my role as just doing whatever the team calls me to do. I hope to be able to step in and be able to make key blocks and just make key plays when called upon. And throughout my life, I've been able to make the big play and hopefully keep it going to next week. You've
been in the rotation, and you're a guy they always call on in a key situation. With Cole Kmet out this week, got more snaps. How did that go?
It was good. We in practice we kind of have always a three-way rotation going anyway. So practice, missing him is a little tougher on me and Alize, but we missed him a lot. But I think me and Alize did a great job out there and made the plays that we had to make.
Now, I know every tight end, you love those touchdown catches. Today's might end up in your office someday. I'm sure somebody got a great photo of it. But you also like that run game. 245 Notre Dame rushing yards today, 5.1 yards per carry. Something I know Notre Dame, you guys were disappointed you weren't able to do last week. How important is it to get the running game on track today?
That's extremely important. I mean, that's obviously the staple of our offense. We don't really have much if we can't get that running game going, and everything is based off of that. So to get back to that type of game is really key for us, and kind of goes towards the preparation we had this week.
Lots of fans, they want to see you win every game by big numbers, but you have now won your first 3 games. You've already beaten a Big Ten team, just beat an SEC team. So as you build, especially on offense, how do you evaluate these building blocks, and how big a step was today as you get ready for your first road game next week?
Yeah, I think just first and foremost, people don't understand how hard it is to win in college football. Every game's a big game, and especially when teams come to play us, it's a huge game for them, and always big games for us too. And as an offense to come out and have 245 rushing yards and get that rushing total back up to where we want it is a big step in the right direction for us, and it just bodes well to the preparation we had all week.
I'm sure down in years to come, when you're hanging out with Tyler Newsome, you will tell him the same joke and ribbing that every football player has ever told me, that kickers aren't real football players. But I have never seen a punter get an ovation like he just got in the locker room when Coach Kelly gave him the game ball.
Yep. And
after his performance, 59.6 yards per carry, or per punt, everyone over 50 yards. As you watch that, what kind of performance was that?
Oh, I mean, so I'm the personal protector, the right shield, whatever, on punt, and just seeing him boom it. And the fact that the guy's fair catching it, too, is unbelievable. To be able to kick it 62, 63 yards and have a fair catch, that's extremely rare. And it's just funny. He's my roommate, too, so, we're obviously really tight. And it's just great to see him be so successful. He's one of the hardest workers in this team and one of the hardest workers I've ever met, so it's good to see him get the rewards.
And finally, the one thing I have in common with you guys now is I'm on that sideline too throughout the game. I'm wearing a headset. I've been here since 1982. These first 3 games, I think the crowd's been unbelievably loud and supportive. What's your evaluation?
Absolutely. I think these first 3 games have been the 3 loudest games at Notre Dame Stadium in my 5 years. It's been unbelievable, and that video they get of the Michigan game saying it's too loud gets people going, and it gets us pretty hyped too. It's a pretty awesome video, and hopefully they keep playing it.
Except for that ugly guy that's on it at the beginning. Nick, thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate it.